front bumper.
Okay.
And what you'll see in common with that Bronco that was parked outside, the Mercedes G-Wagon, Jeep Wrangler, is a real squished in front end.
Yeah.
Right? And you'll see it on your Range Rover, Defender, whatever Land Rover makes, or anything that's meant for off-road. So when you're coming down a real steep hill in my Subaru, the nose is longer, you're much more prone to stuffing the bumper into the ground and things start getting broken. Of course, all that changes with the variable ride height, right? What we were talking about with that Bronco, it is what it is.
Yeah,
so
that's
it's
it.
great off-road, but what if, 90% of that car's life, you're driving around in traffic in Boston? It's not that fun. Middle of the car, ramp breakover angle, which is essentially a little pyramid. The tip of it touches the center of the wheelbase, and sort of a measurement of how big of a thing can I go over, whether it's a tree that's fallen in the woods or that berm. You try to imagine driving a limousine or a small school bus.
So there's like there's like a triangle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And again, improves dramatically with
the height, with that
ride
extra height. That is insane.
Changes the triangle angle.
It does.
How much
So
more you can
exponentially
get over
when
safely.
you start thinking about.
Now, again, you can't get over everything, but if we cross-axle things, you can actually go over something maybe a little bit bigger by going at it at an
Little angle,
Yeah,
right,
driving
instead of straight
both
on.
tires at it. Driving your uncle's Ferrari through the drive-through at Starbucks. You're not sure why you know that you can't drive straight
turn.
at it,
Yeah.
but you take it at an angle and somehow things magically work out. Now, this B-pillar, which is kind of close to the tip of the ramp breakover angle, this is your pivot point. So if you're driving, pulling out of, real tight parking space, I'm another car or a concrete pillar in the car park, underground car park.
Yep.
If you swing the wheel all the way this way now, you're gonna damage the rear quarter panel. Your pivot point is here, so at this point you're real close to something. I can swing the wheel all the way that way and know that those rear wheels will track around. I think most people that are used to driving around in the city have good spatial awareness, but I like putting that landmark.
Yeah.
to
It makes sense.
very
Makes sense.
helpful.
Yeah, I did. I learned it in
Yeah.
Manhattan. So
By doing damage to a car by
But-
turning too early? Or?
no, by actually doing something I never thought I'd do and use the cameras.
Yeah.
I was like, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
And I was like, wait a second, I have got this room and it's telling me I have clearance.
Yeah.
So I just passed that point, and then as soon as I saw the clearance, then I started looking around to get that awareness, just so I knew my truck. But
Now, people just end up like, if I'm trying to turn around me, it really becomes much more important when you're really
There.
close to
Yep,
something.
exactly.
Departure angles in the rear, contact patch the rear tire to the low point. You can see the cut of the tailpipes, the angle of the bumper, and even where they mounted the spare tire is all somewhat of a continuation of that departure angle. Best clearance is right down the middle. So despite having the two locking differentials and maybe looking at our 1997 Defender and going, which one has more clearance, to the beginner person, I think you're going to say the other car does because you're looking at the front bumper.
Yeah.
But honestly, this car has quite a bit more clearance than our 97 Defender.
That and
So-
seeing it at this extreme angle like that, I've never seen it like that. It's
Yeah,
nuts.
and it is. Yeah, this is a great car. I don't know. I think if Joe Eberhard told me that I could pick a car and I could resell it, I'd probably take a Range Rover and sell it and pay off my mortgage. But otherwise, if I was going to keep the car, I get the 90 is what I want, the tiny little one.
Yeah, it's cool. I
Yep.
just have too many kids.
Yeah, how many kids do you have?
3. 17, 13, and 11. So I needed some room.
Room. Yep. And you know that